Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some more news concerning Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith. They have both, I repeat, both rejected the chance to fight Canelo Alvarez over a lowball offer, okay? Both fighters have both rejected and called the offer unacceptable from Canelo Alvarez. According to Mike Coppinger, Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith each received offers from Golden Boy for May 2nd, super middleweight title bout with Canelo Alvarez on DAZN. Both offers were deemed unacceptable by respectable teams, and negotiations are ongoing, though. Okay? Hearn confirmed that the champion, Callum Smith, rejected the deal and awaits for an improved contract. He said, "We turned down the initial offer, but of course it's the fight Callum wants. If we feel the offer is right, we will jump on the chance." But Dela Hoya blasted the unbeaten Brit as he said, "He's an idiot. Callum Smith is a good fighter and has an amazing shot of beating Canelo, and he turns it down." Callum Smith turned down the fight and would have made 3 to 4 times the money he has ever made, and he turned it down. I wish him all the best, and hopefully he can make the same money elsewhere. But Callum Smith, the most dangerous fighter out there at the super middleweight, is out there, and he's bragging how he wants to fight the best, and he turns it down. What's wrong with these fighters? What's happening with the legacies? It's all about business now, said Dela Hoya. Canelo was also linked with fighting Japan's WBA regular middleweight champion, Ryota Murata, but talks collapsed with the Mexican unwilling to fight in Tokyo. Dela Hoya revealed WBO super middleweight champion Billy Joe Saunders is still in the mix to face Alvarez. He explained, I commend Billy Joe Saunders because he went on record saying he wants to fight and would fight Canelo for free, but there are several guys out there. I don't want to mention any names from my mouth, but we will work with anybody. We will just keep going down the list, but it's idiotic. It's an idiotic mistake on their part to turn down a Canelo fight and the biggest star in boxing and make the most money. Now, okay, it's time for some counterpunching. Now, we have 2 offers coming from the same person. We have a huge opportunity for both fighters, Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, both undefeated fighters. And they turn it down. Really, Callum Smith turns down the first offer, right? He turns the first offer down, and after he turns it down, he awaits another offer. And that's cool, whatever. I don't know what the offer is, so I can't say what is deemed lowball and what's not. You know, according to Oscar Dela Hoya, if it's 3 to 4 times worth of money, you got to ask yourself, is 3 or 4 times the money worth you losing? Because what it comes down to, people, Canelo Alvarez, hashtag Canelo on points, has got so famous over the years that anybody and everybody besides Floyd Mayweather himself will lose a fight with Canelo Alvarez. You won't win a decision. So I think that's what they take in account. I think if they're going to fight Canelo and they can't knock out the steel-jawed Mexican El Cinnamon, they're thinking, okay, well, is this money worth losing a decision to Canelo? See, a lot of people say, oh man, he has a chance. See, that's Oscar De La Hoya. He is selling that. concept. They have a chance for legacy. They can fight. They can fight on the biggest platform for their amount of money on the zone, all that. But he knows these fighters, Canelo Alvarez, he's a good fighter, very, very good fighter. But he wins decisions, and it's a big question mark around, you got to lose every decision. You know what I mean? So you think these guys by now haven't saw the fact that they could lose their credibility, you know, and Mayweather himself has implemented this plan. I don't know if he purposely did it, but he implemented this plan. When you lose your O, everything else must go. All the credibility is out the window. So I think these guys know that Canelo Alvarez is the cash cow. He has the money. He's already made the money. He's making the money, right? It's a DAZN app. So really that's basically what you're going to get. So I get that. So if you can get more money by negotiating further, I get it. But the way De La Hoya is talking, he's talking as though they're just going to go down the list. They're idiots. Him calling them idiots don't sound like something that he wants to keep negotiating and keep harping on. I don't think he wants to go back and re-implement an increase. If you insult a person like that, think about it. The moment a person starts insulting a person, those negotiations are over, right? Look at Wilder. That's slave money. You know what I mean? So it's like the process gets bitter and bitter, because from that, it was 50 million into 15, then they weren't even talking no more. That was a wrap. Now, as far as De La Hoya, you know, calling them idiots, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how much it was. What I could tell you is Canelo Alvarez got $5 million to fight Floyd. I don't know about the pay-per-view precedes, but I know what he got on the front end was $5 million, a $5 million guarantee. Now, that to fight Floyd, to lose a majority decision, CJ Ross, right? Big up to her, right? 114. But I look at it this way, though. You have these fighters, they're not stupid, you know, and De La Hoya said it's mostly about business. It is about business now to these fighters, because these fighters know what, like I said, what could be the outcome of them fighting. If Callum Smith can't knock out Canelo Alvarez in a fight, he'll lose. If Billy Joe Saunders, he's known to outbox you, okay, Lara did it, he'll still lose. You know what I mean? And then Canelo will get credit for fighting those tough fights and then move on to the next person. But we have Canelo's past opponents. Danny Jacobs, I believe he received like $10 million, right? Sergey Kovalev received like $10 million. And Kovalev at first turned down the first offer because he knew that Danny Jacobs got more money. So that's smart. So these guys are only thinking with common sense. If they see that, okay, well, Kovalev got $10 million, you know, what you going to give me? You know, because all they can do is compare themselves to the last fighter you fought, right? And Sergey Kovalev, he got what he was asking for. It cost him a price, rehydration clause, and the fight was kind of rushed along after he already got out of a tough fight, but he lost by knockout. So, you know, it is what it is. But again, we don't know what these deals or what these offers are, because they ain't got as messy as people in the PBC saying what it is or whatever. So they're still negotiating, as far as I know, because according to Eddie Hearn, they're still negotiating. But at Oscar De La Hoya, I don't think it seems like he's negotiating much. So I wouldn't be surprised if De La Hoya did move on, like he said, go down the list. You know, there's other fighters out there. I don't want to say any names, but he will do that. You know, I mean, these guys, they did ask for the opportunity, and it is funny how these guys were thirsty before. Now they're not accepting the offer. The offer came to them, that they don't want to accept it. You know, like, don't let your mouth get you in trouble, you know, because what you say is your word. You can't go back on your word. So it seems to me like they're doing that though. But is it really a low ball offer? We don't know. We don't know what the specs are. We don't know anything about that, the specifics about how much he offered them. But if it's $2 or $3 million, which I doubt, I think it's more than that. I think these guys just want more money because they know you never agree to the first offer. And that's what happened. That's what I feel. Will these fights happen? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm really across the fence because I'm listening to Dela Hoya and what he said. And I think it's really up to Dela Hoya if he wants to entertain that. Because I'm thinking if anybody else down that list accepts an offer, that's who Canelo is going to fight May 2nd. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders, and Callum Smith turning down the offer, negotiating still. Are they still negotiating? You guys let me know. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunching. Peace.